Merry Christmas! We did it, guys. We finally did it. We got to all 12. I was worried about it. I don't know if you were worried about it. By the way, thanks for the present, Kim. God of War Ragnarok. Still haven't played a single God of War. But an official PlayStation figure. I appreciate it. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, so I'm going to keep saying Merry Christmas. Thanks for tuning in. This is the other card pack that I was really excited about. It's the collector's boosters for Spider-Man. So it says we should have all mythic and rares and foils, a bunch of foils in here. I was expecting a lot more Spider-Man in a Spider-Man Magic the Gathering card set. You'll see here when I start opening it, it does start off with a whole bunch of foils, but they all seem like filler foils. Like, I don't understand. Well, here, let me say this off the top. I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man. I've seen all the movies. I've read a couple of the comic books, like while I was killing time at the library. They have a comic book section, so I picked up a few and I read through them. Probably only less than 10 that I've read through, just randomly choosing them. So I like the character. You know, I'm just not. I'm not as big as a fan. I guess I could say like as a big of a fan as Ronald is of Spider-Man. It's just cool character, great movies. I like the original 3 by original 2 by Sam Raimi. I remember the third one wasn't impressive, and I think I've only seen it once. But one of the best movies of the past decade was the Across the Universe, the animated one. Boy, it looked so good, and all the characters were great. Writing was great. I love the message. It really hit at the end when they brought it home. You know, just the gravitas of the situation, the moral of the story, everything just hit. So I love that movie. And we do get a card in here from, well, it looks like it's from that, but I guess it's the actual original comic book, the villains and everything. You know, I don't think this Magic the Gathering set has anything original in it. So it should be all scenes from the comic book, I believe. I don't think they're bringing the movies into it. But in any case, you just saw a whole bunch of these cards. We're still going. Like, Damage Control Crew? What does that have to do with Spider-Man? Am I missing lore here because I'm not the big fan that reads every single comic book? I'm not a comic book nerd, so I don't know too much. Like Daily Bugle, I know that's in the movies. I guess that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the movies. So, and then a whole bunch of these. We're starting off with foils, so I thought these were going to be worth a lot. Like this Spider UK, that's really cool. That's probably the second or third best looking card or coolest looking card that I pulled this entire 12 days of TCG. The best one is this one, the Mary Janes. You know, I love musicians. I love rockers. You know, not the contemporary musicians who just hit some buttons on their keyboard and auto-generate stuff. So whenever I see anything that's affiliated with music, I'm just, you know, I get pulled into it. I didn't know in the comic book the MJs had their own band. I'm assuming that's what's happening. I actually didn't read the flavor text. I'm just looking at the pictures. I guess you guys noticed that, right? And maybe I commented once and said, like, I don't know what this is from. And it probably said it in the flavor text at the bottom. But even when I'm putting it up to the camera, you can see I'm just kind of zooming in on the picture. But yeah, that Mary Jane's, well, that's the coolest card. But it was worth so little. And then when I tried to pull it up on TCG Player, it actually didn't pop up. I had to go to Google to get it. So I'm not sure why. And then also, the warning I heard from the professor um, on YouTube, he said, "Oh, look at this! This is a spot. This is from across the universe." But he was saying a lot of the foil cards will have less value than the regular cards, and I found that to be true. When I was on TCG Player and looking at the market values, and that's what I'm printing on here, it's the current market value of today's date. Yeah, the foils were worth sometimes half of what a regular card was worth. And I know it costs more to produce foils, and I think I read that the reason is because the foils will curl up eventually, unless you keep it really dry. So then it becomes a worthless card. But man, look how cool these foils look. I guess that's because I'm just new to this hobby. So once I'm like 5 years, 10 years in, I'll be cursing foil cards like everybody else, I guess. And look at this, even the borderless cards, and yeah, all these, I think I had that mythic card, not worth much. Yeah, it's, and then here's the final card, which is just, I guess, a common card. Food and robot? What the heck is that? And then the value, the total value. I bought this on the whim, right? I was going through Target and I saw they restocked the shelves. And I was like, okay, I wasn't planning on buying it, but $45, I'll just commit to it and see if I can get something good. I only got $5 in value. But I bought so many other packs on the whim. So we do have to continue it this year. Tune in. For the rest of 2026, we are going to commit to TCG Wednesdays. Every Wednesday. Alright. Tune in this entire next year. I'll see you. Merry Christmas.